Hello. This is Pixie done another video. So we're going to look at the positives of the conflict, which sounds totally strange, a little bit. So what I'm noticing, because the fuel prices have gone up, and a bit like when we had the COVID restrictions here in the UK, is there's starting to be less cars on the road. I mean, there might be a few because I'm hitting midday, so was it kind of, I say, oh, there's less cars, it's actually got traffic jams. But the thing is, with that, less congestion means they're using less fuel when you're stuck in traffic. You can get to A to B quicker, you can work more if you wish to do that. Depends if you're self-employed, get around quicker. Better for the environment, the air will be cleaner, maybe there are less accidents. People, like I say, will probably adapt to working from home because they're like, I can't go out because I'm spending loads of money on fuel. So rather than visiting the clients in person, I will phone them up, for different things. There are some sort of care. There could be a care company which basically just phone people up, have a chat and prompt them. People like have got Alzheimer's and whatnot. Could say, all right, if you take any medications, okay, well, you take it now. You take it now, please. That's it. And then you can tell me about what you've been up to today, and then say, oh well, we've only got another 10 minutes of race, so just let you know. And you say, well, I've got to move on. So I mean, you easily can have a company set up for that. There's some care work, because some of the care work go in and I visit people and just give them medications, and that's pretty much what I do. But I'm there in the room. However, things are all, just because you're giving someone medication, it could be a whole other host of things, like maybe they've had an accident, need to help doing something, getting changed, or maybe they're tired and want to go to bed or something. Maybe they are in bed. You have to wake them up, and if they're partially deaf, you have to like, hello. So tap on the elbow, hello. So I do sort of lots of I play around linguistically with my clients. So it's non-threatening because, I've had a client and she got freaked out by a male carer, and she never wanted to come back ever again. So we're looking at the roads today, see how busy they are. So I mean, it's about, could be average, just a little lower than normal. Across the road, will you let me cross the road? You can't whiz out in front of your friends. Criminal. There's little gaps in traffic, but it's not enough. Not enough for me to get across the road. Need a bit more of a gap. There's a silver car coming up. There we go. But I mean, it's not like a big queue here. You've got red light. There's not many cars here. I'm sure it's just changed. And this is probably the busiest part of the morning. Well, 9 o'clock's usually. 5 o'clock. There's kind of pockets of busyness. But that's the core of people that work and people that are not using it. I don't think it's because school's off or anything like that. I never really follow the half-term stuff. I'm not really, focused on stuff like that. I quite like the property over to the right. It says to let, you see on it. Nice big building, old building. If I hit it rich, I might buy it. It used to be a nightclub, I think, that the lower part of it. It's got a lower basement. It'd be pretty awesome. It's like a little gym or turn it something else. So I don't know what other benefits. But the other thing with war is all the men are, mainly a majority of the men are doing the fighting. But then problems that lead to a massive thing of single mums. And single mums, I mean, yeah, they can work and have a nursery. I think they club together, they're fine. And then there might be some of them that sort of, if their husband's no longer alive, sometimes grief draws people to each other. So like here, it's not very busy. There's a couple of people coming around about, maybe a few couple of people coming down here. So maybe it's a quarter less traffic on the roads this time of the day. It's about around 11, quarter past 11. So usually people going to get their lunches and stuff. I think there might be a lot of people more cycling that might take up. Another thing I thought about is maybe good to get using cargo trains. So goods to get taken by train to location, which is probably a lot cheaper, there's no congestion with lorries and stuff. And then just set it up so you have commuter deliveries and all these other things. So yeah, maybe just load it up and send it straight into town. It gets picked up by either some smaller lorries or vans or whatever, and then they just take it out. Or it's almost like picking and packing. They can take out what they want for their stores if they're spread out. It might be cheaper, it's more, maybe environmentally better. What we might need to do is guard our nuclear power stations a bit better. I don't think there's much defence around them. I'm not against nuclear energies. I think we should be looking at other sources in the future, I guess, and more better ways of doing it. I'm sure there's better ways, like some of these solar powered ones and wind turbines that can be improved their design. They're just like windmills, aren't they? They're generated. I'm sure they can make something a bit more advanced. I mean, you just got to look at nature. They've got plenty of different ways. Look at how a seed transports itself through the air. Oh my God! Nearly an accident there. You see it? I'm going to go this way because this is usually a busier route. I seen that yesterday. There were some people that had an accident like that. I was driving home. There's a copper had stopped some chap. And so I thought, oh God, is the road blocked off? But it was like 2 lanes, so I could go round them. And then further up, I saw some people, and I thought, how the hell did you both end up wanting to turn right at the same time and have a collision? It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you. So I dominate the middle of the road a bit, so that they don't change their mind, because some people had. I got gaslighted by a woman. So she was at a junction and she gave the gap so I could drive out, and I couldn't drive out straight then. And then she decided to suddenly move off when I would have just about be ready to go. I thought, what's the point of creating the space so I can get out and then deciding I shouldn't? So there's a couple coming down. See, this is pretty quiet. This road's usually heaving. We go straight into town, you can see the got a mosque on the right. They're fairly quiet. There's usually rush hour when they go to prayer though. All the streets are full up with people walking up and down. And they just sort of cross roads. They don't sometimes use crossings because there's just like a mass of them. There's a lot of mobile phone repair places. There's a Muslim chap round the corner from me. He's very good as a repair. He repaired my other phone with a cracked screen, right? What else is going on? Crypto's up and down. Crypto's more down than up at the moment. It's picking up slowly. It's because of the impacts of the war, and also some of the money can be donated through crypto for the Ukrainian government. I'm sure there's probably something for the Russian out there, but however, I mean, we aren't getting too sucked into it. I mean, there's probably better ways to manage the situation, but if you've got a roadmap to do something and it doesn't work out, you just carry on the roadmap. It comes down to personality time. Some people are task orientated, so it's like, well, we've got to do the task. It doesn't matter if it's going to fail, we'll just do it anyway. It doesn't matter the impact of what I've done, as long as I can tick it off the box. And it's like, Christ, you want me to go the long way of dealing with something to get what you want? I don't know. And then you've got sort of democracy where you've got groups of people, too many people thinking, and they can't come up with an idea to go forward with something. I think better in them situations with probably democracy will be more technocratic, maybe. I don't know. You'll be using machines to present all the data to make quicker decisions on it. You can have a network of machines looking at different algorithms. And then you have a liberal machine, conservative machine, and a Labour one driven by economics, and the other one's liberal for all. Try to find neutral ways of working. And then conservatives is about owning things and managing. More imperialistic. You know, and even communism, that's a use in the machine. How to consolidate power. A totalitarian is you just How do we dominate and maintain domination? There we go. Anyway, have a great day, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.